ad disapproved, speculative, and experimental treatment. But what does that even mean? At this point, lots of marketers and business owners just give up. But after 7 years in the trenches of dealing with this policy, I'm going to break down exactly what it means, how to fix your ad, and when you're just going to have to walk away. There's no vague advice here. I've dealt with this for probably dozens of clients at this point, and this is what you're going to need to do. So to start off, what triggers disapproval in the first place? I'm going to link to this page in the description, but basically it comes down to FDA approval, how Google feels about what you do. Like, for example, you're completely out of luck if you're trying to run ads for biohacking. And in some cases, it's just a step that they've placed because you need to fill out an application form to show that you actually are a certified healthcare provider. The most common industries where we see this is actually hair transplant, in particular those hair transplant providers that also offer PRP. But we've also seen it with certain types of IV treatments and even just some trigger keywords like regenerative therapy, reverse aging, and boosting immune response. So how can you tell if in your case it's a false positive and when it's going to be, frankly, a waste of your time to even try to appeal all of this? In some cases, Google's AI may just misinterpret the content in your ads and on your landing page. This happens all the time with chiropractors, TRT and HRT clinics, med spas, and wellness centers that are using clinical but approved language. And in these cases, it's really going to be a matter of reworking the content on your landing page and in your ads, which there is virtually an infinite amount of advice that could potentially be given. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to solve that for you in this video. It's kind of the sort of thing that you're going to just need to know how to do or be willing to put in the work. And once you've done all of the editing that you need to do to remove all of the offending language, then you submit the appeal. Be forewarned though, if you submit too many of these appeals, it will really slow down the process of you getting your ads up and running. So make sure you have all this dialed in before you actually hit the appeal button. So remember, review your ad copy and review your landing page. Now, when is there, frankly, no way around it? If what you're doing lacks any sort of peer-reviewed evidence, if it's pending any sort of official regulatory approval, you're probably out of luck. Anything that has to do with any sort of gene editing, stem cells, there's no way that you can bid on those keywords, use them on your landing pages, or have any of words related to any of that in your actual ad copy. You're going to have to look at other channels like Facebook ads. And even in those cases, there's going to need to be an entire strategy about how to structure the ad in a way that is going to be compliant with the platform's policies. You also have SEO, ranking and organic search for these keywords. In particular, if you're trying to rank in a local market, it actually may even have a better return on investment than even doing Google ads. So if you're struggling with getting your disapproval reversed and you'd like to get some assistance, there will be a link in the description to schedule a time with me, and I will be checking the comments, so leave your questions.